Did you say, yeah, I'm high?
Yeah, I'm high.
But that's your MO, right? Like, are you ever not high?
No.
You stay high.
Well, no, I guess it depends on what I did the previous night. Then, yeah. Oh, it really has to be close.
Well, I mean, if you have it down here in your lap, it's not really like, what are you drinking? What is that? I have some drinks for you.
This is St. Ides mango.
That has
Maui mango high tea. So
is that really $7.99?
Yeah, $7.99.
So it's not an energy drink; it's a marijuana drink.
Yeah, 100 milligrams THC.
Wow.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, here. Well, these michelada cups are courtesy, of course, of Frankie Michelada, Michelada Golf, and Antojitos, Micheladas Antojitos.
Yeah, we can put that in there.
But we have some beer.
You know I don't drink.
What?
I had to quit, dude.
You quit drinking?
Bro, it was getting wild.
Well,
that we could talk about that.
This is the thing. So
I'll try it. What is it?
No, you don't have to try anything. I thought you drank alcohol.
Oh, man, dude.
Not anymore. Okay, all right. Well, luckily, Nate from San Dimas Liquor brought us beer, and he also brought us Arizona iced tea. So in case you want to lay off the marijuana for a while.
But that's not alcohol.
No, there's no alcohol.
Have you seen the Arizona?
Yeah, but this is not it. This is just, well, I'm going to start with a beer. So thank you, Nate from San Dimas Liquor.
Nate.
And thank you,
Frankie
from Micheladas. And salud. And thank you, Robbie. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmy. I'm with Tropicana Golf, and this is the first reissue of the Tropicana Talks podcast. Today, my guest, the first guest, I explained it perfectly this afternoon, and it's like when you go to a 4th of July show and you watch the fireworks. Yeah. Everybody loves fireworks.
Yeah.
Everybody loves fireworks, but everybody loves the grand finale. Because it's an explosion.
100%.
It's just chaos.
A couple pops, cool, but you want the big one. Yeah.
Well, that's what you are in relation to humans.
A little bit.
You're just an explosion, and you never know
what you're gonna get.
You never know what Robbie's gonna show up. Yeah. Sometimes Robert shows up, where Robert is calm and relaxed and doesn't drink, and sometimes Robbie shows up drunk.
Already, yeah.
And a lot of marijuana.
That's key. That's normal, yeah.
Let me ask you a simple question. How long, or for how long, have you been consuming marijuana?
I started smoking at 9.
9 years old?
Yeah.
Smoking?
Smoke, yeah. So my buddy's aunt used to smoke, and we would always smell it, and I kind of was interested, like, what is that? It's not incense or nothing. It's definitely not a cigarette, because my family smoked. And so he's like, "Oh, dude, you don't know what that is? That's weed, you know."
It's weed. So you started smoking weed at 9 years old, and it's something that you enjoy. Honestly, do you think that you enjoy the process of it, like the whole ritual of lighting it and smoking it, or do you really? I mean, because you're not really high anymore. Like, you don't get high, right?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm high right now.
Oh, you're high right now.
Yeah, I'm high right now. Okay. I was actually sitting in the truck just waiting for you. Actually excited for this podcast.
So the first time I met Robbie is a member of, and this is not all going to be about Robbie, by the way, but I have to go into. The first time I met Robbie, he came to a golf tournament at Whispering Lakes. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And I don't remember a lot of first time. Hey, I'm so-and-so, and because there's a lot of people, you know, and there's a lot of first-time interactions. But this one in particular, he showed up with a giant box, massive box of marijuana gummies. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Now, these are not just marijuana gummies that you buy, you know, I don't even know where they sell them, Costco, or, I don't know. But these are ones that you made, like your recipe.
Homemade, yeah.
And they are... I mean, I don't know. Because I will tell you honestly, I would never take those because I'm terrified. Because I know that your level is different than every other person's level. So what may be like minor to you would probably kill me. Probably. Yeah. So I've never tried it. So I don't know. Okay. So I can't tell you if they're amazing, but I do know that one individual, Angel Castillo, decided he was going to eat the entire... The whole jar.
Yeah, the jar.
And I think he slept for 4 days or something like that. It was insane. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, it just happened. So he showed up with this giant box and he gave gummies to everybody, and everybody's eating them. And I think a few hours in, everybody was like, "What? Where are we? What planet is this?" Like, but that's what those gummies are. Like the people like.
Yeah.
So you make these. This is your profession, right? I don't even know what you do, bro.
No one does.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I'm not quite certain as to how you make your money or what, some people are doctors, some people are lawyers. You're what?
I'm just an entrepreneur, man.
He's an entrepreneur,
living life.
But I do know that he's involved with really good beef jerky. Probably the best beef, non-marijuana beef jerky, by the way.
Yeah.
But probably the best beef jerky I've ever had in my whole life. No,
it's
seriously.
really good, dude. Honestly, it's USDA prime cut brisket style.
And he has all these different flavors and all this different stuff. And is that available to be purchased, or is that like you have to know somebody to buy that?
No, it's available to purchase. We will actually have something.
Hey, I like your shoes. I have those. Are these the classics?
Yeah, they are.
Wow. Those are my favorite shoes. Those are the only ones I wear.
You know what I tripped out on at first, and I thought they were fake. I didn't know that there was a difference between like British, like with the flag Reeboks.
Yeah.
And then like
American.
Yeah, I'd never.
Yeah, they're different. I like those though. Those are good. Those are a little bit different style than the ones I have, but
yeah, just
those look good. So anyway, back to this big box of gummies that he brought. Everybody was high, and then from that moment on, you were that guy.
I was the weed guy, yeah.
So now people look to you and come to you when they need marijuana products. And
man, I'm just here to share the love, man.
Tell me how much marijuana you consume daily. I mean, I don't know pounds. I don't know anything about marijuana, but is it like, how do you measure this? But you don't just smoke. You eat it and like
I'll eat
drink
it,
it.
smoke it.
You're drinking
it right now.
So it's just a constant high all day.
Yeah. Okay. So I used to be on a lot of drugs. Now I'm not on a lot of drugs. So this is kind of one thing that I still enjoy that's healthy for me. And
it's healthy for you.
Yeah. And
healthier
than what I was
Let's
doing.
go back because you mentioned that you were on a lot of drugs. And I think that's important for people to understand that there is a coming out of this black tunnel that you were in for a very, very long time.
Yeah, for the drug part, yeah, it is. It was a big black tunnel, but you still go through it. You still, every single day, you see some people still kind of fucking around and having party, but they can sit there and control it. And I can't.
So you were like head over heels in with the drug.
I mean, yeah, I loved opiates.
Opiates.
I loved pills at first. That was what it was. And
what do you think started that? Was that recreation, or sometimes people get hooked because I have a back pain, I was in an accident, or I had surgery and I just went overboard, or is that was that a recreation thing, or was it like numbing some pain from God knows what?
Well, growing up, my mom and pops were really there.
It was rough
childhood. So kind of snuck into the medicine cabinet instead of chewing on, the little purple grape chewable aspirins. You'd kind of dip into grandma's cough syrup that was promethazine and codeine. And
so all of this was to kind of like blanket what was happening in your daily operation.
At first, yeah, it's more of a 50-50. It's more of an experiment into kind of, it's both. It's like, all right, well.
You're testing the waters.
Yeah.
But you liked the waters.
Oh, I loved it.
Did you it? Were you addicted, or did you like it? Because there's a lot of people that get addicted to things that they hate it. And then they hate the life. They hate drinking. They hate everything about it, but they have to do it. Where were you?
Pills were like, I hid it for a long time. I mean, like for years. So no one really knew. They just thought I was fucking just high, And then when they kind of knew I took pills and stuff like that, they were like, oh, okay, well, he's going overboard.
How long did that period last in your life? When did it start? When did it become an occupation to get high? Not marijuana high, but everything else high.
At first, I started when I was like 15 with the pills and stuff like that. Like,
So you're in
super
high school.
Yeah, like, and then I couldn't get a hold of pills, so we were going across the border to Mexico, and it was easier to just to walk, go to TJ, walk across the border and stuff like that, and we were just coming back with pills, Once you go down there, it's pharmacy.
Yeah. So you're getting everything
shit.
you want from there, and is it for personal consumption?
Yeah.
So this was a full-time job to get high.
Kind of at first, and then I was like, all right, well, I need to make money somehow to fucking support it. So
Right.
I would sit there and start getting large amounts and then start selling it. And then after a while, I got hooked, and it was more of, now it's a job. It's waking up to a bottle of pills, or I started, like I said, pills were harder to get a hold of, and so I
Right.
started using heroin. And
So it was a daily operation.
I mean, it was a job, full blown
Full job.
Yeah.
And was it something that you dreaded every morning? Like, damn, now I have to get right.
I dreaded it because at a certain point I wanted to get off. My son was getting to a point where, like, I didn't want him to be seeing me like this. I was missing certain functions with the family, and I was
were
like
spun out.
I was kind of like noticing it myself, and then seeing the reactions of the family. So I was like, I gotta stop. But then I kind of wasn't, and I was kind of intermingling the same camp as Mac Miller, the rapper.
Okay.
And dealing with the same people he was dealing with business wise.
Mm-hmm.
Not really mingling with him, but the same camp.
Same circles.
Yeah, and so I didn't even learn about fentanyl until he passed away. And that's when I learned about that, and it scared me fucking to death.
Scared you out of it?
Well, kind of like, all right, well, I need to figure something out, because everyone's just like, well, we don't know what bag's going to be clean, what's not, what's laced.
It's a disaster.
Anything. So I went to a shaman Indian lady. We did a little mescaline for about like a week.
So she did more drugs to get you out of
It was a different type of, it was more spiritual than anything.
Okay. So there was a long period of your life that
this is actually a good combo, by the way. Thank you, Frankie.
That's the THC one?
Yeah, it's a mango tea, but this is not. I suggest you throw some punch or something inside this. And
let me ask you a question. There was a lot of years of addiction and a lot of missed events and a lot of letdown, and I'm sure it was a disaster. Were there any good times?
Good times in what? In my drug phase?
Yes.
Yeah, they were good.
Was it fun at all?
There were amazing times with some amazing people. I got to sit there, and especially when the cannabis industry started cracking off, we were doing these farmer market events.
Uh-huh.
We were meeting and being introduced to some of like the dopest rappers you can probably, like, Snoop and Too Short and
but you're in a different level though. You're not recreational with it. You're dependent on it. So it's different.
On drugs?
Yeah, drugs.
Yes. That I was dependent on it.
Let me ask you a question. If you could go back to 8-year-old Robbie, taking everything that you've seen and everything that you've learned, and you had a fork in the road, and one fork is completely sober, no marijuana, no drugs, no activity of any kind, or go the same route and end up in the same location, which way would you choose?
I would sit there and do exactly the same.
You would do it exactly the same.
Over again, yeah.
So it was bad, but it wasn't bad enough to avoid it.
Bro, it was the biggest life experience you ever had.
Okay,
like,
all right.
Some people sit there and go down that road of like, all right, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to get good grades. And I'm going to do what my parents sit there and say. And I'm going to go to college.
I understand that.
Get, maybe go to the military. So find that right girl and start a family and stuff like that. Like,
so you would do it exactly the same way?
Bro, we are about the same age or a couple years older than me. Like, we were in that party era. Like, backyard kegers, band parties. Like, that was the time.
I experienced that for sure. But if my life didn't have that, I wouldn't care. But I didn't have so much fun at those things that I want to relive it. I would have...
I never want to relive it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I would sit there and choose it all over again because I want to go through it all over again. I'm sitting there saying, I would go through the exact same thing because I would not be where I am today if I didn't go through that.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. Some people don't know what struggle is.
That's fair.
They go through their whole life not knowing what struggle is.
There was just a question. It's not right or wrong either way. I just want to see how you feel. Hindsight.
I want to meet the people I've met.
I understand.
Want to have my babies. You know
Got
what I'm
it.
saying? Like,
let me ask you another question. Do you think that at some point you were in love with the drug?
Yes, I loved heroin.
You loved it.
I loved it. I fell in love with it.
You fell in love with it. Have you ever been in love with anything other than heroin or anything as deep as you were with heroin?
My children, man.
Besides your children? Another individual.
And honestly, yeah, my grandmother.
Okay. How about that's all family love. I'm talking about an individual, whether it be a loved one or a friend, not a cousin, not family relative. It could be a friend or a significant other that you felt this. You know how they say this person is my soulmate. Number one, do you think that exists? And number two, have you ever felt it?
I think we sit there and find our people. I think ultimately with the law of attraction and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, you do find,
do you think that exists? Do you think that there is another person on this planet that will complete you to a full extent where you go, oh, this is my soul? That's a deep word, soulmate.
It really is.
That means somebody else makes you who you are, essentially. They complete you. Do you believe that?
Ultimately, at the end of it, people always sit there and say, and it sucks to sit there and say this, but I'm an adult and we got to come to reality. People come and go. You can do something to sit there and have somebody that you thought you was
no.
Just, no. I sat there and thought some people were my soulmate and they're not in my life no more.
I want to do something real quick.
Ultimately, it's a hard question because like I have people that you know what I'm saying? I have
Let me do something
somebody
real
in my
quick.
life that I don't think I would be here if they weren't.
I understand that.
Like,
I understand that.
So
and I want to know.
It's hard.
We have Nate Jr. from San Dimas liquor store, his son. Nate, I want you to do something. I want you to Google and give me the definition of soulmate. Okay. So while he does that, I want to ask you, that person, that soulmate, that entity, have you felt that, whether you feel it right now, that it's somebody, to me, I feel like a soulmate is somebody that you can't live without.
Yeah,
You have that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it, Nate.
A person ideally suited to another as
Hold on. A person ideally suited to another as a close friend or romantic partner. Okay,
Yeah,
that's not as deep as I imagined.
Yeah,
that sounds just like a best friend.
Honestly, you were making it like fuck, like
Yeah, it's like everything. Right.
Fucking.
I get it.
What'd you say his name was from? Excuse my language, but what'd you say his name was from Love Connection?
Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, dude. You're
So okay.
In your suit. Hey, mind you, he's in a suit, and I went bonkers as soon.
But you have a nice 7-Eleven tracksuit jacket that I absolutely love, and
dude,
it's a little big for you, so I might take it.
I'm just trying to get.
Oh, and you got a 7-Eleven shirt.
Yeah,
7-Eleven, let's go. Selling that marijuana.
Thank heaven for golf.
Do they sell that marijuana tea at 7-Eleven? No.
What marijuana tea?
The one you're
no,
drinking.
No, I wish, dude.
That'd be
I
good.
wish.
They will eventually. So let's go back.
Right now is like state liquor stores. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go back to the love thing real quick, because this is a side of Robbie that we don't always get to see.
Yeah, you're touching it into some personal.
It's okay.
No, I love it. I'm an open book. You
So
can ask me anything.
I know. I'm going to ask you anything. So Robbie has been in love. How many times do you think you've been in
Truly love?
Truly.
Twice.
What happened to the first one?
The first one, it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
I think I was just young, dumb, immature.
How old were you at this time?
I couldn't even put it.
20?
20 something maybe.
20 something.
Yeah.
And that person is no longer in the picture. Out.
No, but they're in the
picture.
They're in the picture. It
just didn't work out romantically.
At the time, No, it really no. I'm gonna be truthful. No,
It didn't work
I'm
out
a
as that.
fucking I was an asshole.
Okay, so you think it was your fault,
100%.
but you also think that that person was somebody that was put on this earth. See, when I hear soulmate, I think of that
like,
somebody that's put on this earth to complete you. That's intense.
yeah, but like we have see, this is borderline gonna get me in trouble. It's like, like I don't
You think that there's puzzle pieces and that you're made to make them work.
I just feel like you can do something or whatever in your life that
You can build the puzzle.
Not even that, or like, but you can sit there and feel like you had everything and got everything, and you feel like your puzzle is completed, and out of nowhere, it fucking shatters and breaks all over the living room floor.
I believe that.
Because you just dropped it.
But I like the fact that you know that, yes, these situations exist. Yes, I've been in love. Yes, I'm in love now, whatever, or I don't know. You didn't tell me that, but I'm assuming that that's what you were saying. So you do believe in love, and you believe that you've been in love or are in love.
I think people sit there and fall in love, possibly. Dude, it's hard to compare because I always look at it as like old people love like our grandparents and stuff. They've been with each other since high school or whatever.
Do you think that that's a forced situation from a different era?
What do you mean forced?
I don't know. I feel like the older generations.
No, I feel like they really fucking love
each
other.
Did?
Yeah.
And
you look at your grandparents.
No, I believe you.
And you look at some of these older couples that are just in the diner or restaurant and stuff. Like you can see like
it was a different breed, and I'll tell you why. We live in a very disposable generation.
100%.
Everything is disposable. Everything is here today and gone tomorrow, and I can get another one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s even, and obviously before that too, everything was made to last, from guitars to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was nurtured. The wood for the guitar, the wood. I saw this. I made a video of it the other day. There was a turntable, like a jukebox that a friend of mine has from 1883, and it still works. And I can't imagine anything working for 140 years that's built today. Nothing.
Grandparents, man.
There's cars on the road that are 6 years old, and those are considered antiques.
Yeah. Well, in some of these people's eyes. But then you sit there and see like these dope ass classics.
Yeah, because they were made in that era.
Yeah,
but you don't see a, 2004 Prius, because it's just garbage.
Hey, I got a 2001 fucking Toyota Tundra.
Toyota's different.
All right.
So
built to last.
I love that I was able to dig in a little bit deeper on that. And this isn't an interview show by any means. I'm not here to ask Robbie detailed questions about his life. I'm more interested to converse about current
I'm down.
issues.
Like I'm down to talk about everything.
I love it. And I think that
even about you, if you're watching.
Obviously, right now we are in an election year, and and this is not a political show, but we are humans.
We can talk about it.
We are humans living during a very divided era.
It's super divided.
Super divided, and everything is super controversial.
It is.
I mean, there is nothing that you can say that somebody's going to be like, that's racist, or that's this, or that's that. Mm-hmm. Everything has a motive, right? And nothing can just be said without, oh, he meant this, or they wanted to say that. And right now, we're in the dead heat of a presidential election.
Okay.
And I want to know, in your history, being that you are from, how do I say this? From a history of non-conservative activity, how do your views now of the world change as you get older? Because I'm sure when you were 23, you couldn't care less about what was going on, who was president, what their policies were. But are you involved now? Do you care?
I wasn't, dude. I wasn't for the longest. I guess you watched I watched my grandparents. So like a military family. Like I grew up in a military family and stuff. I'm super conservative. Grandfather, like weed, fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his house.
And
I will call the cops.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking.
You?
Like he's super conservative.
Yeah, no,
Nate, can you see who was president in 2003? I think it must have been Bush.
It was Bush, yeah. So 2001 was 9/11. that's when I woke up super early to my grandmother screaming.
Right.
I thought something was going down.
It was going down.
I know, but like in the household, like I was ready to like
Is
be
it
on
Bush?
my toes. Yeah.
It was Bush. So 2003, you're how old? You were born in what, 85?
87.
Oh, okay. So
I was
17?
eighth grade going into ninth grade.
8th grade. You're 17, aren't you? In 2003?
2001.
2001, you're in 8th grade.
Eighth grade, I think, going into ninth grade.
Okay, so let's say you're
ninth grade.
all right. So okay,
I remember like my grandmother sitting there saying, "Oh, you got to sit there and watch over your little brother to my sister and stuff like that," because like we were either like because I went to Trawick, she went to Covina, and like at the time, and it was right across the street. So
okay, so from that era, from being kind of the outlaw of your conservative family, have your views politically changed and said, I am no longer this anti-conservative,
yeah, like it kind of was like
Do you
when I was
skew
going
conservative?
to school. Yeah, like when I was going to school and stuff like that, like the whole Obama era and stuff. I thought like, okay, things might be different.
Right.
They were talking about weed.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
You were excited.
Yeah, I was like, let's go, And then like medical started coming around even stronger, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna be exciting. And then they went nothing for it, and then a lot of us were getting popped and going to jail.
So you think it was kind of a letdown?
It was a huge letdown, and I had a lot of people coming back from like a lot of buddies of mine.
How do you feel about
back from the war, all fucked up?
How do you feel about all drugs being legal?
It's no,
No.
no. There's no like, no.
Do you think that it makes it any safer if somebody can go in and buy a safe amount of heroin?
Honestly, yeah. Okay, on the safer aspect of it, like if you can go into a clinic or something like that and it's like, yeah, like lab tested heroin or something like that, yeah, I guess you can.
Do you think that everybody would be addicted?
Fentanyl wasn't originally in powdered form or anything like that.
I think they still give fentanyl in hospitals.
It was only in patch form, IV drip, and one other form, but it wasn't in powder form. Like
okay.
China created that.
So you're anti pure legalization of everything.
I'm just like anti like telling me what I can and can't do to a certain point. Like if it's just, man, weed's been around for thousands.
Weed
thousands
you're okay with.
Yeah,
Weed 100%.
like,
Any kind of weed, any kind of anything.
I feel like weed and mushrooms like should be okay.
But anything above that, cocaine, heroin.
It gets to the point where you can't control it. You can't control the street dealers. You'll never be able to control that.
Right.
You'll never be able to control consistency of product.
So there's a big like push.
You can't even do that with weed right now. How do you think you're going to do it with hard drugs?
There's a big push in even Northern California, where they assist drug addicted individuals with their habit. No, you're against that.
No. Passing out free needles and all that stuff. Like they do it out here in LA.
Yeah.
Like it seems like the only time they care about cleaning up some stuff is when we have something big. Like when they cleaned up the streets when we had the Olympics over here and all that stuff like that. Or like whenever like.
When did we have the Olympics here?
When was the Olympics here? 94, right? Or something like that?
94, I think it was Barcelona. But I think what you're talking about.
No, we had the Olympics here. Summer Olympics here?
Where?
It was 84.
84. Or whatever.
Yeah,
but
you were -3.
Bro,
but I'm sure you remember that
that's
very
a number
well.
I'll probably won't see in a while.
Well, the Olympics are coming back.
They will be. But
2028, they'll be here.
They started cleaning up the streets and stuff like that when we get dictators like to come over here.
Okay, that I do understand. When they have like big visits, they decide they're going to make it look.
Same thing with like I said, watch what they do when the Olympics come here. Watch everything.
Good. I wish they'd be here every year so they would clean this place up.
It's going to go back to the same old shit.
We are a very democratic state. It's Democrat.
I think I started really caring once COVID hit.
Okay.
When COVID hit and everybody, all the mandates, the craziness of people.
Yeah.
I couldn't take it no more.
Nate, do me a favor. Look up what percentage of California
when I started seeing
Democrats.
pool noodles inside of golf holes, bro, I said it's madness, dude.
Hey man, if you hit the stick, it's a birdie.
Bro, that was.
You know how many birdies I had in 2020?
Bro, dude, I was scratched.
That's good.
I could have sat there and went tour. I could have had my own tour
Just
card.
think about what's it?
40% were registered Democrats.
46.1% are registered Democrats?
Yeah.
Now,
So that means 54% are Republican? There's no way.
or it's probably like independents and all that other stuff.
24% no party preference. So there's a 24% margin.
24% no party preference.
And then the
Republican percentage is
Okay, what's this one?
20, 30,
Georgia
15?
peach. Georgia.
There's another
peach.
one?
Yeah.
24%. So it's heavily Democratic. Now, where do you skew on that line, Robbie?
On what? Being Democratic or
Republican. Now, I know that there's a middle ground for everything, and I don't believe, and I don't think anybody should believe.
I think I don't know. I think I don't really go on a different. I guess
You don't pick a side.
Not really, man. I'm kind of like with my native roots and just like don't tread on me, bro.
I think that everybody.
I'm about family. I'm about making money. You know, of course I don't like gas super high.
Right.
You know, I've never voted in my life.
Really?
Because I was a felon and
Oh.
I just got all that cleared up.
Oh, so you're no longer a felon.
Well, yeah, it's
Congratulations.
So now I can register.
Okay, so if you do get your first vote has to happen November 5th. Who do you vote for?
California, we're going all Republican, and then with the November, we're going with Trump, baby.
Trump.
Yeah.
And I heard something today about Kamala, and it was it's a very funny
Camel
explanation.
toe Harris.
They said that Kamala was the equivalent of a drunk elementary school teacher. And now that I hear her speak, I can't get it out of my head because it's like talking.
Okay, like I'm gonna be on okay, so people will call me a liar. People will sit there and say, "Dude, he's full of shit" and all this other stuff. But when
I won't.
Kamala Harris used to be with Montel Jordan and stuff, she used to sit there and party a lot.
Okay.
Him and her used to party a lot.
Okay.
They used to go to Reagan on the River up north a lot and indulge into a lot of, let's say, different white products, you know? And I used to know the guys that used to sell them those said products, allegedly, you know?
But does that make her unqualified to become a president?
Honestly, she wasn't qualified to sit there and be vice president. How is she gonna sit there and be qualified to become president?
Now listen, I don't know, and neither do you. We don't know her on a personal level. We don't know.
I don't know her
IQ.
personally. I don't know her family. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of
her
stuff that we
IQ
don't know.
Numbers.
Right.
I don't know nothing. All I know is what she sits there and portrays towards the public.
Right.
She portrayed her partiness towards the public when she was Montel Jordan.
Right.
And we all seen it.
Right.
And then we seen what she was here in California when she was pretty much just putting everybody in jail. And then now we see what she's doing in vice president.
I don't know all those. I don't know all those stories like the way that you do. I don't
know them in detail. Like I can't sit there and debate somebody because somebody's gonna catch my stoner ass in something weird or whatever that I don't know.
But bottom line, you're going, it's Trump. Let me ask you something about Trump.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that attempted assassination? What do you think? I mean, I know Robbie's got all kinds of
conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Okay, so we going conspiracy, Robbie?
Yeah. Do you think that was 100% legit?
Man, the guns. Man, I don't know, dude. I honestly think but then again, I think it was, and I feel like they put somebody so accountable and so stupid to sit there and be like, nah, and they put him that close to make sure it really fucking went down. But then again, I don't know. I watched a lot of YouTube since then, and I watched a lot of different pages, and a lot of people have so many different views on it. I just want to know. The only thing I want to know is one, how was it anybody on the water tower? You would think that would be the highest point of.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion for me, and I think a lot of people have. It was a lot of shell shock in the beginning, what just happened, and now that you dive into it.
I don't know. After the non-scrubbed video of JFK came out or whatever, now it makes you sit there and think.
There's all kinds of questions, man. And when what happened with JFK, that was in an era where there's no Twitter, there's no Instagram, there's no civilian conversation.
It was like what, 2 channels or 3 channels on
and
the
it was
television?
whatever they told you, that's what you believed.
100%.
And that was it.
That was it.
There was no questioning it, because how were you going to question
My
anything?
grandmother still to this day remembers watching it, everything like that, and she does not believe me. Even if I show her that video, she
won't.
doesn't believe me.
Yeah, it's ingrained in them. But now it's great that we can have a conversation about it, because there's all kinds of different angles and all kinds of different cell phone and all kinds of different, hey, I know this guy and I'm going to say my piece and I'm going to do a TV show or
We're going to get
YouTube.
it on this right now.
The thing is that a disadvantage at some point? Because we have so many different things that come out. What do you can't believe anything anyway.
Well, with AI now, like what can
exactly.
I seen the assassination video, and then out of nowhere, him ride off in a Harley, and it looked real. It looked real as shit.
There's a lot. It's almost it's almost a disservice. You know, it's great that we're able to connect with the entire planet in seconds, and everybody can give their opinion, and that's awesome. But then also, we can connect with the entire planet, and everybody can give their opinion on what happened.
Bro, the craziest thing about all that is the bringing it to golf, are when you see everybody at the tee box with their phone just glued to it and sitting there trying to get the videos and footage and all that other stuff, and just got one guy with a Michelob, not good, just loving life.
You're talking about at golf tournaments how everybody films. I don't understand that either.
Just
like,
watch it. Enjoy
yeah,
it.
like who cares? Like, why are you going to stand behind this guy and film? And they film every single shot. I've been to, I don't know, 15 events. Mm-hmm. I've never once filmed anybody hitting a ball. But I'll tell you something that I did see today. Speaking of golf, today was the Creator Classic. Did you know what that is?
The PGA put on, right? So, I think that was kind of, they left a lot of people out.
Well, they left a lot of people out, number one. But I'm not a guy that consumes a lot of, and I honestly, and I know this is going to sound ridiculous, I knew Fat Perez. Mm-hmm. I knew the girl, Paris. No, what? Paige. Yeah. I knew Paris, and I knew Fat Perez. Now, I'm not. That's no dog on anybody, because these good guys and whomever else the other people are massive, massive. Good, and I understand that.
Good. I feel is like the OG guys that started this whole
golf
we
content
are now doing. Yeah.
So
with their trick shots and all that other stuff.
They are without a doubt massive, and I respect that, and I'm not taking that away from them. I don't consume it. And I only don't consume it because I think that what they think is, listen, we have different
demographics.
No, it's not even demographics. It's just
say it, dude.
No,
don't be shy, bro.
People say that, oh, they're so funny, and I'm like, I've seen clips, and I'm not like, whoa, that was funny.
Bob, with the whole Bob does sports and stuff like that, he used to chirp pro players when they be walking in,
Yeah, I know that.
The gallery,
I know that. And it's tasteful, and I think he
does a tasteful chirp.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's funny.
And I think that these good guys are good golfers. Yeah, I think they're very talented.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, to go back to this Creator Classic, it was, I think, 12, maybe 16 creators in the golf space. And they got to play on the Wednesday before the championship on the golf course. Yeah. And I think the difference and why this is so good is because all the cameras were set up for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They used those cameras, and they made it a real tournament. And these guys could play. Roger Steele. I know Roger Steele.
Fucking hell.
Roger Steele played very well.
Really
and a couple other guys that I don't know their names because I don't know them. But they played very well. And I genuinely, I was on the phone. Manolo called me at, I don't know, whatever time that was. And I go, hey, put this thing on. And we sat and we watched this thing. And we never watch that. Not to be like rude or anything like that. We just don't. Like it's different. It's a different level of comedy, and I don't get it and whatever. But we turned this thing on, and both of us were glued to this thing, and we watched it. And I kept telling him, I go, this is going to be an every Wednesday thing. And eventually that Wednesday will be bigger than the tournament. These guys were laughing. They were funny. They had stuff to say. They were entertainers. And their golf wasn't bad.
Why don't they televise like the pro-ams?
I don't know.
Do like the celebrities not want to be on
I
camera?
don't. You know what? I think this was better than
I
celebrities.
really think it. I think it is too, because it's people that we get to interact. Not really. Well, one, we have access to them; they're accessible. And then two, like we do see them on the web way more.
I think
than
that's
the
what it is. It's
celebrities.
recognition.
Yeah.
Like Carlton. I don't want to see Carlton play golf. I don't care.
He's good, but I don't really.
I don't
want to
care.
see him.
Nobody
dance when
cares.
he hits a good shot.
Exactly. And I think these guys are just.
And that's nothing against you, Alfonso, or whatever your name is.
I think he's Puerto Rican or something.
You're Carlton to me.
But here's the deal.
Dance is cool.
Here's what makes it appealing, I think. These are normal people that have made it onto a big platform.
100%.
And that's what makes it appealing. Whereas these celebrities are already celebrities.
Yeah.
So who cares?
I know Manolo was at the BMW, right? BMW.
Yeah, he was
Championship.
there last week.
So why wasn't he in the creator class?
I don't know. I don't know if an email got missed or, the guy doesn't check his emails. And
That happens.
I don't know if somebody was sent an email and maybe he gets offered things all day, every day.
You know
So
what's crazy
it
is
could get passed.
Why? Do people really be on their emails like that? Like, I mean, like, it's like, I know that's a thing. I know fucking email
I am.
is a thing, right? But
Yeah, I'm on email like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I check emails
Dude, I
12,
went through
15 times a day.
I went through my email the other day and it was like just a whole bunch of shit.
Well, you don't live on email. I don't live on email, but I have a lot of things that I need to respond to.
Business-wise, yeah.
Anyway, I think that you can quote me on this. I think in 5 years, this Wednesday before the PGA Tour event will be a bigger event than the next day.
Well, did you hear what Dave Portnoy's doing, right?
I heard about that.
$1 million.
I heard about that. I think that's a very good idea too.
$1 million. Who's gonna put on that? Though?
But here's the key. It needs to be live.
Has to.
And it needs to be filmed like it was filmed today with the overhead cameras and the full
The
PGA
announcers,
Tour.
everything like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was very entertaining, man. And these guys could play, and the girls could play. Golf with Amy. I love Golf with Amy. She was on there, so I know another one. So I knew 5. And it was great, man. It was good golf, and it was like watching normal people play golf. And eventually, quote me, the PGA Tour will be gone.
Okay, so since we're on golf and creators and stuff like that, like, what's your honest opinion about like the country club adjacent dudes and their whole shtick?
Listen,
Because don't we have like a couple members, old ex-members that migrated towards their?
I don't know. I'm like I said earlier, it's not for me. Okay, it's not for me. Now, does that mean it's wrong?
No, everybody has their own.
Everybody
shtick.
has their own thing.
You know?
Everybody has their own thing. And if somebody makes success off of that, now I think making success, they're comedians. Okay, they're comedians.
One of them, I sat there and was just like, because I think he did a whole round on like a couple tabs of acid.
I don't know. I don't watch any of that.
Like
I don't even know what they're up to now. I know that they used to yell at people at golf things. Listen, the point of the story is everybody's looking for their piece of the pie, right? And if
there's plenty of pie, bro.
If they're able to achieve it doing that and they're happy with it, more power to you, man.
Dude,
like,
the pie's huge.
It doesn't matter what I think about what they do. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter what they think about what I do. It doesn't matter. I don't care. They don't care. Nobody cares. It only matters if you are content doing what you do. So I don't have any vengeance against anybody. I don't care. I want everybody to succeed truthfully. Like, I want everybody to do well unless they're ripping people off. A comedian, an actor, anybody
like material
that rips off another person, that takes somebody's hard work, spins it, and makes it their own, is a thief and an asshole. That's it. That's the bottom line. So if you are original in whatever you do, if your original content is jumping off bridges naked, some people might not agree with that. But if it's original,
gonna watch, dude. A little hangle and a dangle, bro.
I think I got your new show,
Yeah.
Hangle and Dangle.
Bro, dude, I have so many. We could turn this into a bunch of segments, dude.
A pitch show.
Dude, like somebody sat there. I was walking into the gas station today.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out, like, like Circle K or whatever, you got the rewards, right? And like You put in your phone number. You even have that little keychain thing, right? Well, I'm an Exxon member, Exxon gas, right?
Okay.
So I'm sitting there trying to figure out the phone number I signed this thing up with or whatever. And so I'm like getting it wrong. The lady's looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Just it's a busy day today. I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to do before tonight, like doing a podcast, like all this other stuff." She's like, "Oh, okay. You just seem a little out of it." And I'm just like, "Man, I'm higher than a kite right now." And she's just like, "How high are you?" And I was like, "Honestly, if we're gonna be honest, I'm like, I'm higher than King Kong's dick on top of Eiffel Tower. Like, yeah."
See, that's the best part about Robbie. It's like he goes to get
Empire State Building.
He goes to get something at Circle K, and it turns into a whole story about absolutely nothing.
No, it wasn't Circle K. I talked. You know what I meant. But
listen, let me ask you a question. This is a bit that I'm taking from somebody, but it's a general question. It's a game called F, Marry, Kill. Do you know that? You have to F somebody.
Have sex
you have
with
to
somebody, marry somebody, and kill somebody.
And kill
dude,
somebody.
This is easy. Celebrity or non-celebrity?
Here we go.
Okay. This is easy, dude. Go.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Barbara Bush.
George Bush's wife, right?
97 years old.
I'm killing her, dude. She's not president, so I can get away with
You haven't
this.
heard the other options yet.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Barbara Bush.
Yeah.
Boyle.
Okay. Okay.
Jerry Springer.
Oh, damn. Okay,
So you have two men and a woman.
Okay. So fuck, marry,
kill. Who are you marrying? All
right, bro. Okay, so I guess I'm fucking Barbara Bush. I'm marrying Jerry Springer, and I gotta kill Poyo.
That's a good choice. You know why? Because Jerry Springer is dead, and he has a lot of money. So that's a good.
Yeah, you have to go like. But then again, it could turn into a situation like Anna Nicole Smith, where she went through all that shit, doing the deed with.
I don't think that's going to happen with you. Let me ask you another question.
The guy with the money.
Let me ask you another question.
Marry him.
What has been in your life your greatest high?
High as in like.
High as in endorphins kicking, and you are just like, this is the greatest day besides your children. Okay, because that's an easy out.
Dude,
that's an easy out.
It wasn't really easy, dude. That was intense.
And I'll tell you what.
If you don't have kids and you watch something, especially C-section, bro, and you watch the whole, dude. How were your kids? Natural?
Yeah.
Were your kids natural?
But it wasn't an endorphin high for me. I was.
You didn't see it?
No, I did.
Oh, you seen the whole
But
thing?
I was terrified, bro. Like, I didn't like that. I loved the fact that they were born. I didn't like that
Endorphin
process.
high.
I'm talking no children, okay? I'm talking either a drug high, an event that happened in your life that you were like, I'm on top of the world. I wish I could live there. Listen, there's gambling, there's women, there's multiple women, like that whole
top. Yeah, but that's
when you were just in the moment, you go, this is awesome.
honestly okay. So I don't know what year it was.
Okay.
But to be honest, and it was an ultimate high because I was really, really fucking high.
Okay.
But okay, so I went to the Calivibes festival out by Queen Mary, right? And I'm so stoked.
Calivibes is, I assume, I don't know, but it's like a reggae festival.
All reggae.
Huge reggae in Long Beach. A lot of marijuana.
Oh, yeah, everywhere.
And but before you go on,
Yeah.
at these marijuana festivals, is it like, I've never been. Is it just like you're just constantly smoking? Like you're just like, you can't get high?
A reggae festival or a marijuana festival? Because
Calivibes.
Okay, so it's a reggae festival. It's an all-age show, so you're gonna see Rastas there with their kids, or just people there with their the babies. I mean, like girls breastfeeding,
and everybody's high.
Well, not everybody, but people are smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and then you got like weed events that is like a gigantic festival like that, but every single booth is like it looks like a farmer's market
Of weed.
But every booth is just tons and tons of just, instead of fruits and vegetables and all that shit, it's just pot. It's just
It's your
everything you can think of.
So that's your high, being at
The high was,
Oh.
it was Calivibes Festival. I forget the year. I know it was like before COVID. Maybe I'm not exactly sure. But
Yeah.
it was a few years back. Dude, I was like the only dude that was able to like sneak a whole fucking like electronic dab rig inside there.
Oh my God.
I don't know how I got it in there or how the guy
A
didn't
dabber
see me.
is let me for people that don't smoke.
It's like
marijuana.
hash oil, but a bong instead of a bong for weed. It's like a device that's electric that I was
Okay,
able to smoke.
let's get
hash
to
oil.
it. So that's your high is getting that in there and being able to smoke.
Bro, I
there.
know. I got that in there. I
Yeah.
don't know how I got that in there. We get it in there. Out of nowhere, I see the set list, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be impossible for me to be able to see all the bands that I want to see where they're at across this whole place because
Yeah.
they all
Okay.
like
Massive.
started and
Yeah, yeah.
ended. And
Okay.
dude, started with one band I wanted to see. It literally ends. I go and scoop myself to the next stage.
Got it.
That band literally just starts. They end. I scoop myself to the next. Dude, like I seen every single band with a bunch of my like a bunch of loved ones that I was with, like friends and stuff. And dude, we had a blast. And I mean, like, you didn't see a single fight. You didn't see anybody arguing or pushing.
How
shoving.
long did this day last?
Bro, I think it was from like 7 a.m. We parked at the hotel and we took these electric bikes all high as shit. I mean, like, we were high, bro. And then we got in there out of nowhere. I go the next morning, we wake up and we're about to do it all over again. My ass is on the Long Beach, whatever newspaper, holding up my huge dab rig bong or whatever because I was the
What was the
only-
best act you saw that?
It had to be Marlon Asher was really good just because he played on the small stage and is very like
Hey
intimate.
Nate, check and see if they still have Calivibes in Long Beach. I got to go with Robbie.
Oh, dude, we got to go and film it.
No, I'm not going.
we gotta go, dude.
There's no chance. February 16th?
Yeah, the last one was in February, so the next
Yeah.
one should be in February again.
Friday. Oh, it's a Friday only event this year, I think.
Oh, good.
February 7th.
Oh, I'm busy that day, Robbie. Sorry.
Dude,
we'll have to do it again the
dude,
next
you'll
year.
have a blast.
Hey,
Fortunate
listen.
Youth was there. Everybody was there.
Let's talk a
Don
little bit more
Carlos.
golf. We know you're high. It was being there at the
I'm
Calivibes.
high right now, dude.
I know you because you're drinking that marijuana juice, bro.
I'm surprised you're not smoking a cigar. I was hoping I could sit there and hit my vape pen and shit.
You can hit your vape pen.
All right,
I mean,
cool.
I don't want to calm you down. I mean, I want to calm you down. Let's talk a little golf
I'm
because there's a lot of, but that's not a regular vape. That's a marijuana vape.
Dude, that's why you're not gonna smell it.
I know, but like you're drinking the weed
Yeah,
and you're smoking the weed.
and then you can eat the weed, and then you can.
What do you do the most of? Smoking it or drinking it?
Lately, since I don't like drink alcohol and stuff like that, I've been
Then
kind
drinking.
of like doing.
But that doesn't
drinks
do
and-
anything for you, right?
What do you mean?
Those drinks? You have to drink 50 of those to get high.
Nah, dude. To be honest, like I think I've slowed down. Well, because I slowed down on a little bit of the smoking,
Yeah.
and then because I don't dab no more. These are the only like I'll hit a pen, and then I'll smoke flower like weed.
Weed.
But like I don't dab no more.
Okay.
So I think because of that, I can actually feel these, and then the drinking. I don't drink fucking since I wake. As soon as I wake up and stuff.
Let's talk a little bit of golf because this is a golf. A lot of these people watching are people that watch my golf tutorials on YouTube.
But
And I want to talk to them because golf is important. Give me, without being
rude.
No, without being too detailed, just if you had to hit a shot, okay? If you had to hit a shot to save your life and you had to hit a good,
Quality
clean
shot? Yeah.
what
What
is
is
your
it?
what is your swing thought? You tee up a ball, you have a 150-yard shot.
Don't top it.
That's what you think about?
Because if it's like, okay, so my key shot that I really, really worry about is probably from like 165 yards to like 185.
Yeah, that's a
So
long one.
I'll pull out like either like a 6-iron or like I really want to pull out a 5 to be that hero and just get it up there knowing
Okay.
that I can get it up there. Because I don't play modern tech. Anyways, that's
What's your swing thought? Don't top it?
Honestly, don't. Well, Depends on where Ed's at. If he's behind me,
My God.
yeah, don't top it. Don't top it, because at the end of it, like, I got so much stuff going in my head. I got Dave Matthews Band playing in the background. I got Ed sitting there saying, like, did you see that last shot? And I'm like, hell yeah, I seen that last shot because it was a good shot.
Speaking of Ed,
That's my boy.
Ed is your boy.
You're my boy, Blue.
Ed is also a Tropicana Players Club member, along with
But that's
Dom
what it is. I just don't want to talk.
and with Vic. By the way, Vic says you own $20.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay. I feel like there's a little animosity there. And Vic,
It was like a bet on a fill-in before I got accepted into the whatever.
you got voted into the Wolfpack.
Let's
talk about
into the Wolfpack.
let's talk about what the
whatever.
Wolfpack
It's
is.
stupid.
The
Now
Wolf-
the fight right now is about the staff.
Okay, listen. Oh yeah, he said something about a staff.
Yeah, he supposedly okay.
I don't want to know about it.
No, you should know.
No,
about it
I
because
don't wanna know.
You talk about
There's always
beef.
something about
There's
it.
always beef. You
All
wanna
right, let's
talk
hear it.
about beef?
Let's
This is
talk about the beef.
I'm tired of people sitting there complaining about handicaps and all this other stuff and winning stuff. All right. If you know you have a handicap higher than King Kong's balls on the
If you know you have a high handicap,
you
what?
shouldn't be betting nobody, like nothing.
You should
in
play him
anything.
straight up, or
Maybe a couple. How does that work in the handicaps on a normal game instead of us just giving them all the strokes like that? Like, does
you
like,
want to give a high handicapper less strokes.
No, I just don't think he's that high of a handicap.
Vic?
Maybe he is. I've seen him play. He sucks. But then then I don't know, dude. It's like
Out of nowhere, he comes up with some stuff. I know what you mean.
No,
but I think all
I just think if like okay, out of our group, when we're betting and stuff like that, if we bet on just handicaps, he's gonna win every single time. I gotta shoot like a -4 or something like that.
You asked me a
figure out.
question. You asked me a question on how we do it. Okay. Here's how you play with a high handicap. Okay. This is how you do it. Number one, you play from the same tees. Okay. And you should play from the back tees always. Okay. Number two, you do not play lateral.
Like lateral drop. Okay.
You play, if you hit your ball out of bounds, you have to re-hit and double your stroke. So like if you hit your first ball out of bounds,
Yeah, we don't
you're
do
hitting
that.
3 from the tee box. Right there, the way that golf is supposed to be played, that will even out your handicap. And I know what you mean,
I
because
think we're on
sometimes
more of like a speed type of golf, like
fine.
suck faster type of
Fine.
situation.
I understand that. And that's why we do that for tournaments. But if you are playing straight up with somebody and they have a high handicap, play real golf rules and watch what happens. Because a high handicapper will hit at least 4 tee shots OB or terrible.
Yeah, I don't. So right now the issue between the pack is the staff. At the very
What is a staff?
I got a walking stick, like a carved out walking stick
Okay.
that has a dope. It was the one I won the championship, and I was sitting there.
I saw it.
Okay, it has a dope wolf on top of it. Well, the winner of the group, whoever shoots the lowest scores of the group that day, tournament, whatever, gets to put their name on the staff. Hot iron, solder iron it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Well, out of nowhere, Vic's like, I won, blah, blah, blah.
Did he really win?
He's always going to win, Jimmy, with that fucking handicap and not playing the real rules of way the golf's supposed to be playing. Then the other day, them three, fuck you too, Ed.
Wow.
They go play with Angel, and that's fine. They were having a moment, but I get a text. The staff is mine, Robbie, fucking from Dom. My name's going on it now.
So where is the staff?
It's at my house.
But you haven't put anybody's name on it.
No. They think I'm Bogarting it.
I love that.
I'm low-key him, though.
I love that you have an issue with Vic's handicap, and Alan is actually here right now. And Alan has the biggest issue with Vic's handicap.
I get it. Like, okay, I get it. There's certain people in the club that are padding their shit just so they can figure out if they're going to get a win.
Do you think that's him?
I honestly...
Alan says yes. Alan, you can come over here. Come over here.
100%.
Come on. You can't be a wimp now.
okay,
You're over there saying it.
No, 100%.
Okay, so...
Do you think that Vic Fonseca pads his handicap?
Yes.
Or do you think that he is actually bad enough to be the handicap that he is?
No, I think he's.
I'll hold it.
I think he's in like the.
I think it's a 75
I think he's under 20, but he's not under. He's like between 17, maybe 22, not 25, not 30, and he'll play his best rounds at a tournament. 90% of everybody that's in a tournament
Thank you, Alan.
That is kind of true, though.
You know Vic's going to jump out of his seat.
No,
right
he
now.
will.
He's going to be so irritated. And
Well,
all
that's
the
point of this. That's the whole point
Vic,
of the podcast.
Vic, all I can tell you-
can't be all roses and sunshine.
Vic, I want you to just in the comments just sound off, buddy. Just let it all out because
You're gonna sit there and see H, and then the next one A.
Let me tell you something
and then T.
about Vic Fonseca. I've played with Vic Fonseca a handful of times.
No,
And I don't believe that he's ever shot under 100. And it was painful to watch. And I don't know if because he's playing with me. We're playing in Las Vegas. We had a very long night the night before. And I'm watching this guy shoot a million strokes. And then we played in Rancho Mirage at the very first finale. And he, the night before, was out of control. And he'll tell you, I mean, he was drinking everything on the table. We woke up and we went to play at 7 a.m. because it was going to be 111 degrees. And he shot 400 at least. It was miserable.
When the old man sits there and gets tired and starts complaining about his back and, oh, my knees are killing me or whatever it is, oh, I got to eat an Uncrustable. Okay. You're going to sit there and get 112 or whatever he's going to shoot.
Okay,
yeah.
besides the fact that
on a Sunday though, with him not drinking
He's
on a
good?
Sunday tournament, you can see him shoot.
he's
like,
got that Mamba mentality.
Wow. I would think he's like a honest 18, 19.
Okay. All right, so listen, let's
and
talk.
that's not giving him oh, he's a fucking 14.
No, I hear you. I
sandbagger,
know.
You know, he's not a 20. What is he? 27, 26.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
24?
Here's the deal. This is what I want to talk about. You, Ed, Dom, and Vic are in a club that you guys have created called the Wolfpack.
Yeah,
Didn't sound very convincing.
it is because I'm the one that originally sent out the first meme of what the Wolfpack.
So you're saying you
but
created.
I got kicked out, bro.
Wait a minute.
Vic
Wait.
thinks he's the leader.
Hold on.
Vic thinks it's leader Vic.
Let
so-
me ask some questions and then you answer. Question number 1.
Okay.
Who is the leader of the Wolfpack?
Vic Fonseca.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, because he's the one that's
The second question that was asked a lot today, because I put out a questionnaire. I said, if you want to ask Rob, they want to know who's going to win Wolfpack Wagers.
Okay, well,
Wolfpack Wagers is a tournament that the Wolfpack created, and it's players of four in a team, and you play against another group of 4. But anyway, who's going to win?
not us.
Not you. You're
We're
out.
out, bro.
So I think
That's my fault.
the
too,
people that
man.
are left are the Michi crew. Vic hasn't updated this board, but
Honestly, bro, to be honest, I said this as soon as we lost. I said this when we lost, when we played them at Whittier Narrows.
The Michi
just
crew?
as just a normal match.
yeah.
I sat there and told the guys, I'm like, dude, these guys are good, and Frankie's figured out his swing.
So you're putting it out there right now.
I put it out there as soon as we lost this, because the only time we played them was this last time in this wagers match.
Uh-huh.
And bro, yeah,
They're good.
They're good.
So you're saying
that's
they're
where
gonna,
my money's at.
So here's the deal. Everybody has said this is taking too long. It's taking too long. That's the thing. But are we collectively going to allow, if Michi Crew does go and win this, without competition, meaning they don't lose, they go all the way undefeated, are we going to allow them to keep that title, and is Wolfpack Wagers done, or are we coming back? Vic said he's not doing it again. Now, are we just going to allow them to be the winners and that's the end of it?
With this and the swingers match and stuff like that, it's difficult to all agree, especially 4 people agree on a day to
it takes a long time.
and then a location to go. Oh, I don't want to drive out to Hemet or the desert. Well, dude,
I understand.
I don't want to drive out there, and all this other stuff. So it's a pain in the butt. I don't feel I feel like there could be like one more just to sit there as like, oh, that's a
Let's see if they can do it
defending type of
again.
situation.
I like
but,
that.
Like other than that, I feel like
Maybe we'll have some strict deadlines and be like, listen, we got to move this thing along.
Or like designated courses where we cannot sit there and like defer from it. Like,
Okay.
Like these are your group of courses, and this is what you have to do. But ultimately, yeah, like I don't.
All right.
There's a lot of fighting and a lot of people sitting there saying this. You got Angel over there complaining about fucking.
I don't know any about it.
He sits there. This show is about. You said beef, right?
You got beef?
No, everybody has beef with the Wolfpack or whatever. So we're just gonna air out some shit. Like
I feel like you have beef with the Wolfpack.
No, not really. Like they're a great group of guys.
That's
Vic-
because you're in it. Yeah, that's why they're a great
like,
group of guys.
Nah, Vic can be a butt, you know, like.
Listen, let's talk about a little bit
He's
more about
Vic.
golf. Tell me your greatest round of golf ever. It doesn't have to be best score. The round of golf where you finished 18 and you go, that was amazing.
Damn, dude. I honestly, since I joined the club, there's been a lot
of those?
Yeah, but like, dude, I was hammered.
How about your lowest score? How about that? Does that make it easier?
Lowest score is probably when I won the first tournament with Tropicana.
That was El Prado.
That I can even sit there and think of. Like
Right?
that 8-iron into the green was so pure, bro. While everybody was to the right, shanking.
I remember that.
Bro, like I hit the greatest drive.
Where did we go for the
greatest-
finale? Was that? Oh, you didn't go.
The second time I didn't go. The first time we went to Coyote Hills.
Oh, that was the money one.
Yeah.
And the second one you won just not too long ago.
That was.
You didn't go to Rams Hill?
No,
or
it
Vegas?
was- it was
Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
It was just this year.
Dude, yeah, it was Indian.
Oh, you won
Hills or
Indian
whatever.
Hills and you didn't go to Vegas.
Yeah, dude, I put
Okay.
myself in the hospital after
That's
our
right.
last video
That's right.
session.
That's right. I remember that. Okay. All
Filmed
right.
in Hemet and then put myself in the hospital.
So you're a 2-time tournament winner.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat Vic.
How many times does he have?
Supposedly 3. He even like tried to put it on his hat, right? He got an extra embroidered like a weirdo.
3-time champion.
Yeah, 3-time champ with no championships.
Oh, I love it.
Win with Vic.
Win with Vic. Hashtag win with Vic.
Yeah, but then he even says it when he's not even in the group who wins.
I know.
Like,
Listen.
we played golf together in September night last year, bro. Like,
Listen. When you deal with Vic, you have to think and realize that you're dealing
bro,
with.
you're dealing with Vic. I love him, and then I hate him at
Vic.
the same time.
It's Vic. It's a vortex with it. It's a vortex with Vic.
Well,
Yeah?
that's why
he sucks you in,
That's why
bro.
he's the Wolfpack leader, bro.
He sucks
you
you
can't
in.
take that. Like you can't argue with them, so we just all threw it at him. Like, okay, fine, you're the leader.
Robbie, before we go,
Turn
before
you
we
over?
sign off, yeah, bro, it's been an hour we've been listening to you. I mean, us,
bro.
We've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot about just you as a person, and then we went into some topics, common topics. Is there anything that you need to tell people, just in general, whether it's a message of like, the general be kind to each other or love one another or any of that stuff, or is there something specific that you really think could change somebody's opinion about life? You have a lot of experience. You've been through the pits of addiction. You're out of it. You've been in love. You're out of love. You're back in love. You have kids. You have life experience. Is there something that you can pass on, a life recipe to somebody or somebodies?
A life recipe.
A good,
if it ain't
like
gonna,
like a swing thought,
Now,
but
if-
for life.
if it ain't gonna be about be kind and just that
Yeah.
general cliched shit, man, this world and what you do in life is not about you. People need to realize is that you're not the only one on this planet. It's beyond about being kind or anything like that. It's about knowing your own actions and taking responsibility for it. Go about life the same way you would go about a golf swing thought. Approach it with cautious. Look at your obstacles that are in your way and guide your way through where you want that shot to be, because at the end of it, you're chasing to sit there and get that hole in one, but you might not even get triple bogey, bro. And you got to realize it. You got to face it. Be accountable for every shot that you take. And you just got to keep on moving, because like I said, one day your hole in one's going to come. Might not be today and might not be tomorrow, but it's not anybody else's decision, or it's not their fault or anything like that on why you didn't get your hole in one. It's you.
So, number one, from what I take of this, okay, I feel like that was a lot put into one. Number one, the earth does not revolve around you. So keep that into consideration. Number two, be accountable for all your actions. Am I right?
No.
And the third thing was something about a hole in one. So like maybe be joyous when something happens, or maybe be patient.
It's more about you knowing what you're doing and being accountable for it, and not blaming this, that, or anybody else.
You are responsible for everything that happens in your life.
You're responsible for your own shot that you're taking.
I like that.
So take the right shot.
That is so very true. From every single thing, unless a helicopter falls down on you while you are walking in the middle of the street, or a natural disaster happens, you directly are in charge and responsible for everything positive and negative that happens in your life.
100%.
That is a very good takeaway. I live that every day, where I know that I determine my own future, and I know that everything that I'm going to do and have done will determine where I will be in the future. Mm-hmm. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmy. This is Robbie. Special thanks to Nate from San Dimas Liquor for the drinks, Frankie from Micheladas Antojitos and Michelada Golf for the cups. And this is Tropicana Talks, and we will be at you Friday mornings, 7 a.m. from now.
Tap in, subscribe, and we want to see them comments, because I'm going to comment.
Here he goes, bro.
I want to see all you little weasels out there.
Oh, here we go. Full creator mode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.